What's going on, everybody? B and Rick here. We are back with another MonsterCast for you tonight.
We're excited today. We get to touch on a topic we haven't talked about in a while.
Somebody's excited. I'm not a fan of this topic. Black-eyed kids. Fun.
You love them or you hate them.
A lot of you may know that when we started this channel, our first video was a personal video of mine about my experience with black-eyed kids. So I'm not going to go back into it, but it shook me to the core.
It was pretty bad. Rick was I I, I saw him cry, and that's not something that generally you see Rick doing unless something really really bad happened.
Or I have a complete breakdown.
But that's another story.
But this shook me to my core, and it's haunted me. It still haunts me. I'm not okay with it. But about 7 months ago, we ran across a video about the black-eyed kids being arrested.
In the UK, I believe
I
it
believe it
was.
was the UK, and it struck me as weird
We couldn't find any info on it anywhere.
anywhere, and it just didn't make any sense. But it was on this channel, Fantastic Daily.
That we're going to be checking out as well today.
So we over the last week or so, couple months, he's been putting out more and more videos on black-eyed kids.
He's been doing serious research, really, really getting into it and trying to get a hold of people, just really hitting the streets with it. He's going to town.
He is. So we figured we'd look back into it after I saw this video, one of the videos that we will watch today.
Yeah, because we're gonna watch a couple here. This first one though is about the kids being arrested. We're gonna let you guys watch the video. That way you can form your own opinions before we start talking about ours.
And we're not going to play the whole video. I mean, it is only 2 minutes 38 seconds, but we're not going to play the whole video. There will be a link in the description to all the videos that we're playing and to Fantastic Daily's channel.
Please subscribe to him.
Yep, show him some love because he's doing some legitimate work out there, and it's well worth it. So we're going to go ahead and watch some of this video real quick.
Property. No one has ever survived inviting black-eyed children inside until now. Two black-eyed children were arrested in Manchester this weekend. The pair, a male and female, were booked on trespassing and harassment. According to the police report, the black-eyed children were seen panhandling around town in the nights leading up to their arrest. Many concerned citizens had phoned in reports of the black-eyed kids, but because they weren't loitering on private property, there wasn't anything the police could do. On the night of the arrest, the pair were caught by CCTV cameras trying to gain access to a hotel. At nearly 4 a.m., when only one front desk clerk was on duty, the pair entered the building. Footage shows them talking animatedly to the clerk, even leaning over the counter to try and reach the master key behind the desk. The clerk appears to resist them at first, holding up his hands as if to say stop, shaking his head no, and pointing to the wall-mounted phone as if threatening to call for backup, when suddenly, as if in a trance, he hands them the master key and retreats calmly to the employee break room behind his desk. 4 minutes later, the clerk sprints from the break room, phones the police, and pulls the fire alarm to get all the hotel guests out of their rooms so they cannot be coerced into letting the black-eyed children inside. When police searched the hotel, they found the two black-eyed kids in a maid's closet. The pair had used the master key to gain access to the hotel's laundry room, where the male stole a pair of maintenance coveralls and the female stole a maid's outfit. They had planned to get inside the guest rooms by posing as hotel staff. Neither child could provide a name or documentation to police. A doctor was called to examine them and reported that aside from their pupilless, fully black eyes, the pair were otherwise healthy, normal 18-year-olds. The doctor was asked to check if their black eyes were natural and not the result of body modification, contacts, or tattoos. Frighteningly, those oil slick eyes are completely real. The black-eyed children are being held in protective custody, and police aren't giving out any further details to the media at this time. That's all for today's Fantastic Day.
Yeah, so I mean, the video isn't there from the clerk.
Yeah, it doesn't say whether that is supposedly one of the children that you see.
Yeah.
In the picture. There's a lot of information, but none of it is the information we need. You know, there's no context, there's no Not a whole lot going on here.
I just found an update.
Oh, there's an update.
Hi, folks. I just wanted to say I'm sorry if...
Is this the most recent one?
This is the most recent one. Okay.
Is this the one that... Yeah, okay. Yeah, this was one we were going to go over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
forgot.
No, I didn't forget. It just said it in the description of the video.
Oh, he updated the video.
So we updated it on the description, so...
All right, so do you want to watch that one next before we get into his research, or do you want to kind of wait on that one?
No. Let's watch that one. I need to find a place to queue it up at.
All right, guys, this next one is... He's allegedly been talking to police officers, law enforcement over there in the UK, trying for these last 7 months to get an update. So here is the update. How real is this? We don't know. We don't know, but that's why we're going over it, guys.
I mean, it can be pretty disturbing what we're going to listen to. We have watched this video earlier. But,
It doesn't seem like... It'd be pretty hard to fake all this stuff.
But I can't find evidence.
Yeah, there's no evidence there, and that's what we need, is evidence. But anyway, let's watch this.
So, click.
Apparently, these teens were scheduled to be transferred to another location for a more specialized medical exam. It was during this transfer that all holy hell broke out. Now, the audio I'm about to play was recorded during the transport by a dispatch radio.
UTA copy. Repeat last, over.
Okay, let's listen to that again.
UTA copy. Repeat last, over.
Initially, after hearing this for the first time, it bothered me so much that I closed the file and I didn't listen to it again for a few days. But then my curiosity overwhelmed me, and I really have to know what happened here. You can hear this.
Okay. So that's really weird audio footage, and I'd love to get my hands on it.
Yeah, you can hear some screams in the background. You can hear all kinds of stuff going on, and because there's all kinds of stuff going on, and this researcher has apparently gotten a hold of a few other audio clips from some other places. He thinks that he may have found. Now get this. He thinks he may have found a language. A language that we can't hear.
Welcome back.
Inside these audio clips, which is what we're getting to today, because he's using this language now for his research. But let's show you where he found this language.
Well, further in that last video that we watched.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about the video.
He explains that the transport vehicle with which the children were being transported was found, 3 miles away off the planned course, completely destroyed, and all the guards were killed.
Some of them had organs eaten and removed. Which, it sounds fantastic.
I mean, this would be a beautiful story. I have faith in this guy, but where's the evidence?
Yeah, man, we need to see some evidence. I see you're trying to give us evidence now, but we need to see the evidence leading up to this evidence so that we know it's legit. Because otherwise, we're just seeing a show.
Yeah.
It's a dog and pony show.
But, so, evidence, man. That's what we're looking for. I understand that you're finding these things, and I understand that you're telling your story, but back it up. Send us some links where we can get further information.
Don't send us links. Send us the audio file and let us do the test ourselves.
Yeah.
We know what it's going to do to us. We've had the experiences. We're well versed in everything, and we'll do it together. We'll sit at the door if we have to and wait. I will. Rick might not.
I'm going to rip the audio of the escape,
Right.
with quotations, and I'm gonna put it through some of my systems and see if I can find anything in there.
Yeah, we're gonna see if we can find the same language.
Well, no, different. I'm talking.
I know, but we're also we need to find that language.
Well, I'm working on getting audio spectrum analyzers and things like that. But I'm talking more about focusing on that. It was like 23 seconds of audio that was recorded in the van,
Right.
and putting headphones on and
really listening,
watching my program for fluctuations,
slowing it down would probably be a good idea.
messing with the audio and seeing if I can find anything, any words, anything, clean it up some.
Anything that shows it could be faked, even.
Yeah. And once I do that, I will bring it back to the channel and load it up so other people can do it. Now we're going to look at his language that he's supposedly found of black-eyed kids. Like I said, we'll link everything. We're not going to listen to the whole video. So,
and we do suggest you go watch all of these videos
go
in order. We're not going in order here.
Yeah, go over to his channel and watch these videos. There's tons more on other paranormal cryptids, things like that. Lots on black-eyed kids. So if you're really interested in black-eyed kids, go check that out. So here we're going to check this out. So
might be helpful, if only I could clean up the overwhelming background noise in her recording. Let me walk you through the steps I took to recover this audio. It took me a bit of work, but I was able to isolate a narrow band of frequencies that are identical in both the doorbell recording and Freya's audio. Here's Freya's first. Not only can I hear someone saying Kelsey, I can also hear the unnerving electrical buzz that Freya and the other black-eyed kid experiencers described. It's this frequency that caught my attention as a potential source of black-eyed kid language. Take a look at this spectrogram. This is a visual representation of all frequencies that make up each recording. Watch what happens when I cut out the higher frequencies. Now let's take out the frequencies in the middle, usually reserved for human speech. Look at this. This is called a spectral pattern. A form like this is really weird, and it jumped out at me immediately. Then I took a look at the doorbell recording spectrogram and found the exact same pattern again. I believe this frequency is the language of a black-eyed kid. Let's listen to this alone. And listen how it changes right before the black-eyed kid walks away from the front door in the doorbell recording. It's almost as if another black-eyed kid was calling for it to leave. You can hear the same signal again right after the voice I heard on the rave recording. Now that I have this audio, it got me thinking all kinds of crazy thoughts.
It's also got us thinking all kinds of crazy thoughts. Now, I want this to be legit.
But it's not adding up to me.
And that's the problem. So what Fantastic's done now is he has taken this audio and set up an experiment, and it's the same experiment we'd like to try. Which is why we're asking him for these files. He sets it up at his door with his computer playing the audio. I believe it takes 4 or 5 nights before anything happens.
Yeah.
And we'll spoil it. We'll show you the video, but we'll spoil it. And on like the 4th or 5th night, somebody shows up and they're wearing, it looks like black, maybe a black hoodie.
Or maybe long hair.
Maybe, yeah, it's hard to say. You can't really see their eyes. And they just stand there at like 3 in the morning for an hour. And then you see him come downstairs because he heard somebody walking around and he's outside looking around, but by then they had left.
Yeah. I mean, that audio spectrum analyzer, great. I do see the differences in the audio. You can see it right there, right there.
As long as it's a real,
yeah,
you know.
But something just struck me, and I'm not sure if I should say what it was that struck me.
Oh, go ahead.
Or if I should wait till the end of it.
No, you might as well say it now before we watch the evidence. Or the only evidence we have so far.
Okay. So, this is kind of blowing something out of the water that I had planned for a YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah. We had talked about this, and it was going to be fun.
Because I had saw a video that struck me in the same chord, but after like 5 videos, it stopped.
Right.
Well, no, it was only like 3 videos.
But they were long videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my idea was to create a new YouTube channel. This was before we ever had this channel, mind you. This is when we were just coming up with ideas for stuff. And to videotape something. We didn't know what, but we were going to get some evidence, some good, clear, awesome evidence. Yeah, that was real hard to debunk, and then we were going to start extending it.
And kind of turn it into a long...
viral...
investigation movie?
Yeah.
Documentary, almost? Yeah. Now, it all would have been bullshit, but none of you would have known that. Because we sit here and debunk all day long, so we know exactly what the debunking points are going to be, and that's what we avoid.
I had plans for that as well.
It was going to be fun.
That we were going to involve people that called us out on our BS.
Yeah, we were just going to bring them into the fold, keep them from calling us out.
And let it go for as long as we could make it. Now, this whole thing that we've been watching has built like that.
It's almost felt like the same thing we were going to do. I don't know if it's as well executed.
He's doing a good job.
But he is doing a good job.
And I'm not saying that this isn't legitimate. I don't know.
We're hoping it's legitimate.
Like I'd really like some legitimate proof of Black Eyed Kids.
Be. And like I said, fantastic. If you're listening, we are serious researchers. Please send us those files. We will do the experiments as well. You will always get credit for being the person that sent us those files.
You'll always get
always
the credit
be part
for being
of
the
us.
person that found those files. That audio signature. If it works, if it's legitimate, just send us... I don't even care how long. A minute segment.
Yeah, we'll just loop it.
Just send us a minute-long segment, and we'll do it in different places.
Yeah. Same nights. We'll split up.
But now we're going to go over to this other video. This one that he posted 6 days ago. And don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing this guy. I think...
This video seems legit. The video seems legit. Somebody really showed up, really stood there for an hour. That's all for real.
Now, he explains how he sets this up. He sets his computer up by his window, replaying this audio file, looping it all night long. From what I understand, the audio file that you're hearing here is not the audio file. But if it is, I mean, that's something I might try too.
I mean, he says he's not giving it out because he doesn't want anyone else to try it. He doesn't want to be responsible. I get that. But don't worry about being responsible for us. We're big boys. We can handle ourselves.
But still, it's just striking me as that idea. Alright, so we're going to go watch this video. It takes about 5 nights. He'll explain some things that he does in it. And then... you'll see what you see.
Yeah, just watch.
I thought of day 1 as a test, and I realized that the signal was maybe a little bit too soft to be heard. I boosted the signal for the second night. 4 hours into this recording, I think somewhere around 3:20 a.m., something tripped my motion-activated front door light. After reviewing the footage, I was worried I wasn't able to pick up much in the darkness, so I kept the light on all night for the next recording. This is the thing with experiments. It's tough to know if you should make adjustments in the middle, but the more I obsessed over it, the more the blindingly bright front door light seemed like it could scare the kid off, so I decided to switch it back to motion-sensitive mode. Nothing on night 4. Though an interesting side note, I woke up as though I was hit by a bus. The black-eyed kid signal got really bothersome after a while. I felt like it was going to drive me crazy, and if not for this next recording, I probably would have given up.
Right there. Let me get rid of this. Okay. Right there.
You can see him standing there. It looks like a woman. Well, a female. I don't know, a woman or not, but
I mean, I'm muting the audio here.
it's really hard to... She just kind of stands there for almost an hour. Just kind of barely moving her head.
I'm still playing the video. You can see it zoomed in. It looks like she moves behind a shadow. I'm not sure if it has a hood on or long hair or
Both.
you can't see the eyes.
I think it's a hood, though. No, that could definitely be hair. Actually, you can kind of almost see it right
Yeah, that's
there.
what. And then gone.
She just backs up. Backs up and leaves.
So, I mean, granted, okay, let's bring my graphic back up. Granted, that could be anything. It could be a prowler. It could be... Is there still prowlers in 2017?
Yeah, of course there is. Now, and the thing is, he did a video the day after this. We're not going to show that one. My Black-Eyed Kid's police report. And it was a video of him sitting in his car. His face was, shaded out or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's telling us that he had just filed a police report for this. Which, if that's true, that makes this at least valid. Somebody really did show up to his house.
Yeah.
And he really... But is it a black-eyed kid? We can't tell from the video.
I mean, it's decent evidence.
And it seems legit. If he really filled out a police report, which I can understand if he... I don't know if he showed it or not. I don't think I finished the video. But that makes it a lot more legit. And that's what made us weigh in on the case.
Yeah. And if I'm trying to figure out the words I meant to say. Wow. Yeah, there's somebody there. There's obviously somebody there.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's a real person.
Later on in the video, the same video, again, go to his channel, watch the whole thing, give it a thumbs up if you like it. He goes down he comes out with his iPhone recording.
He goes down his driveway in his car.
Because apparently something woke him up. He heard somebody walking around his house.
Yeah, that's what it was. He heard somebody walking outside. And it was right after she had backed up and backed away that he woke up and came down. So when she left, whatever sound she made had woke him up. is what had happened. Yeah.
But he gets in his car and he drives down his driveway and there's nobody.
And this is assuming it wasn't all staged.
Yeah. He does do a video, I think he posted it yesterday?
He did post, he posted a new one
12 hours ago.
12
today.
hours ago. Some people had commented that it looked like maybe the lips were moving. And if you zoom in real close, it kind of does. But he had his wife go outside in the dark and stand in the same spot. Well, as close to the same spot as he could figure it was, because it was dark. And had her talk, and it looks completely different. So the lips weren't moving.
Yeah, I'm not going to bring that video up. You can go get that one on his channel.
Yeah, you can check it out for yourself. It's like a 4-minute video.
Yeah. You got to remember, he's recording the video off the webcam on his laptop.
So it's not the highest quality. And he does mention that in later videos, that he's trying to get better quality equipment. I actually have a really good camera that I could set up. We don't use it because we haven't, you guys aren't going to our Patreon enough. We haven't been able to get out in the field. But I got a nice camera I could set up. I could get real good high definition 1080p footage of one of these things if we had those audio files and it works.
And I mean, I'm sure we can find something that can run things in night vision or get IR cameras.
Full spectrum, whatever. We have access to things.
To record.
We need those audio files is what this comes down to. We don't want to call this a hoax. We don't want to put this guy down, because if he's doing real research and this is real, it's fantastic.
It's wonderful, and that's a great find.
But he needs to share the information with other serious researchers in order for us to confirm that this is real.
The evidence needs to be to somebody. It doesn't even need to be us, just a legitimate researcher.
Right, it needs to be a little more open. Not public.
But amongst the community.
Right.
The video, the audio files,
everything raw.
Where I can find some research on these arrested black-eyed kids.
Right, which nobody's talking about. So if nobody's talking about it, how'd you get the information?
Yeah. And I mean, trust me, this is coming from somebody that seemingly had an experience. And it wasn't fun. And I'm now to the point where I want to get to the bottom of it.
We need to. For closure.
I want to know. So if anybody out there has any black-eyed kid stories, you can go ahead and send them to us on email them to us. You can private message them to us here.
If anyone else has video or audio evidence that hasn't been shown anywhere, send it to us. You don't have to. Nobody needs to know your name or anything. It can all be anonymous.
100% anonymous.
And we'll start checking those files for these same things.
Yes.
Because that would help us confirm it even without his files.
I'm actually going to go back and rip I have the audio of our original recording of our first Black Eyed Kids video, and I'm going to go in depth and see if I can get these audio signatures in there, see if there was anything.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt there was.
But it doesn't hurt to look.
It doesn't hurt to look now that we see some light at the end of this black-eyed tunnel.
As we've experienced, as you discuss it more and it comes more prevalent in your life and you look more into it, it happens more often. Now, I am going against a warning that I had by even going back into looking at this, and it's because I want to know. If you haven't listened to my previous video, our very first video, I will post it in the links in the link in the description, so you can listen to that. There's another MonsterCast that was recorded less than an hour after we recorded our initial video, where we discussed Black Eyed Kids more.
Right. That MonsterCast is a little slow, mostly because Rick is shaken, and we're all kind of trying to make up for lost airtime. But I would give it a listen anyway. There's a lot of good information in there. It tells you the first reported incident, all that good stuff.
Again, that's it for this week, I guess. I mean, we ran a little over on this video than what we normally do.
But watch it. Thumbs it up. Subscribe. I can't stress that enough. You guys have to subscribe. You know what's going on YouTube right now. Everybody does with all the advertisers leaving. You know, we got to do what we can.
We'll be back with more Mandela Effect videos, more WTF Paranormals. If you guys find anything that you want us to look at with WTF Paranormal, go ahead and send it our way. We're going to try to do more MonsterCasts where we're talking about things that aren't just Mandela Effect. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, Mandela Effect is driving me to lunacy, dude.
I'm about to go ham on Third Phase of Moon.
Yeah, we're a little sick of them.
I mean, yeah.
You'll see why.
You'll see why.
You'll understand. It's
I'm
deserved.
gonna. You'll see. And if you haven't seen, because it's out there,
and
we
watch
talked
our
about
last
'em.
Third Phase of Moon video, because you'll see just how much crap they put up as evidence. But that's not even what we're going to talk about.
No, but that's about it, guys. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Throw us an email, blind-brik@gmail.com. That's blind, BRIK, @gmail.com. You know our Twitters.
You better by now. If you don't, oh well, you'll find us.
blind-brik Rick, blind-brik BTAT. See if you can still find that other show we recorded.
Yeah, it's a good time, and 21 people have found it.
Yeah, so maybe that's some of you guys.
Probably not.
We are done for the night. Thank you guys so much for listening.